I'm reminded of my grandmama Sadie. Mama Sadie, we called her. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. She was my mother's mother, my grandmother on my mother's side. My daddy was from New Orleans, Louisiana. And I remember always going to see Mama Sadie as a kid because we lived in Philly and then in D.C. And we'd always drive up the Pennsylvania Turnpike coming from Philly, or we'd go up 70 to Breezewood and then get on the Turnpike to go to Pittsburgh from D.C. And I remember that before we would ever leave Pittsburgh, Mama Sadie would gather us on the porch, or she would gather us in what they called the front room, the living room. And she would always call on the name of the Lord before we got on the road. It became such a ritual that we didn't leave town until Mama Sadie prayed. And I remember as a kid, one time, for some reason, we were about to get on the highway and we hadn't gone by Mama Sadie's house. And I tapped my daddy from the back seat. I said, "Dad." He said, "What, son?" I said, "Mama Sadie ain't prayed." And my dad immediately did a U-turn and went back to Mama Sadie's porch, to her front room, in order to hear and receive Mama Sadie's prayer. And my Mama Sadie, in her prayer, would always say two words that as a little kid struck me because I never fully understood what she meant. She would say in the prayer, "Lord, undertake." And oftentimes when we go to Pittsburgh, I'd wonder what she meant, because oftentimes we went to Pittsburgh for funerals. And my family would always use the language that we had to go see the undertaker. So why was my grandmother asking the Lord to undertake us? We ain't want to die, we wanted to live. And then I got a little grown. I got me some edumacation. And one day the Lord had me do a word study on the word undertake. And when I did a word study on the word undertake, there was the word entrepreneur. And I got happy right there because my grandmother was telling me, "Son, what I need you to do in life." And what she was telling me was, "Son, what the Lord wants you to do in life more than anything is that you need to be a social entrepreneur. You need to come under something and take it to places and spaces where God wants it to go. You need to come under people and take them to places and spaces where God wants them to go." Is there anybody here tonight who is prepared to come under this thing and take this thing called social impact and entrepreneurship to heights that God has not allowed us to see? I tell you, we can do it. Tell your neighbor, we can do this thing.